Have you ever sat in meditation and wondered if you're doing it right, or felt frustrated because you're not experiencing the profound peace and transformation that everyone talks about? Have you ever struggled with physical or emotional healing despite trying countless methods, feeling like there's something deeper you're missing? Have you ever felt a deep longing to understand your true purpose in life, sensing that there's a sacred mission your soul came here to fulfill? If these questions just stirred something profound in your heart, you're exactly where you need to be, because what I'm about to share will reveal the most transformative truth that Paramhansa Yogananda taught about the sacred connection between meditation, healing, and discovering your soul's purpose. Ancient wisdom that can revolutionize your entire spiritual journey and awaken you to your divine destiny. You see, most people in the world approach meditation as a relaxation technique, healing as fixing what's broken, and purpose as finding the right career or life path. But the great spiritual master Paramhansa Yogananda revealed something that changes everything about how we understand these three sacred aspects of spiritual life. He lovingly taught us, meditation is not about emptying the mind or achieving temporary peace. It is about awakening to your true nature as divine consciousness. Healing is not about returning to a previous state of health. It is about aligning with the perfect wholeness that is your spiritual birthright. And your soul's purpose is not something you need to search for outside yourself. It is the natural expression of sacred love that flows through you when you remember who you truly are. Duty. Whether you're a beginner in meditation, feeling overwhelmed by different techniques, someone seeking healing from physical or emotional challenges, or a spiritual seeker yearning to understand your deeper purpose, the truth remains the same. If you've ever experienced moments in meditation when you felt a profound sense of connection to something greater than yourself, or times when you've witnessed miraculous healing through prayer or spiritual practice, or felt a deep knowing that your life has a sacred purpose beyond ordinary success, then you already sense this profound truth. These three aspects of spiritual life are not separate practices. They are interconnected expressions of your soul's journey toward divine realization. And I promise you, by the end of this sacred journey together, you'll never approach meditation, healing, or purpose the same way again. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through Yogananda's most profound teaching about what he called the Trinity of Spiritual Awakening, a revolutionary understanding that can transform your meditation practice, accelerate your healing journey, and reveal your soul's true purpose. Please understand that spiritual awakening is a gradual process that unfolds uniquely for each soul, and deep transformation requires patience, dedication, and consistent practice. But first, let me ask you something that might feel deeply familiar. Have you noticed that your most powerful meditation experiences often happen when you're not trying to achieve anything specific, but simply opening your heart to sacred presence? Have you observed that your most profound healing occurs when you surrender your need to control the outcome and trust in a higher wisdom? Have you felt that your clearest sense of purpose emerges not from thinking about what you should do, but from feeling what brings you the deepest joy and service to others? If you're recognizing this sacred interconnection right now, you're already experiencing what Yogananda called the awakening of unified consciousness, where you begin to understand that meditation, healing, and purpose are three expressions of the same divine truth. Yogananda explained it beautifully when he gently said, "True meditation awakens you to the divine presence within." This awakening naturally brings healing to every aspect of your being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. When you are healed and whole, your soul's purpose becomes clear because you are no longer distracted by suffering or seeking. You become a pure channel for sacred love to express itself through your unique gifts and service. This is the sacred circle. Meditation awakens divine consciousness. Divine consciousness brings complete healing, and complete healing reveals your soul's purpose as an instrument of love. Now, you might be wondering how this actually works in practical terms when you're dealing with real meditation struggles, health challenges, or confusion about your life direction. And here's where it gets truly transformative. According to Yogananda's deepest teachings, there is what he called the law of divine integration, a spiritual principle that shows how meditation, healing, and purpose work together as one unified path of awakening. This law reveals that when you understand the true nature of each practice and how they support each other, you accelerate your spiritual growth exponentially and begin experiencing the profound transformation that your soul is seeking. Think about your own spiritual journey for a moment. Can you identify times when a breakthrough in meditation led to unexpected healing in your life? Or when a healing experience opened you to a deeper sense of your purpose? Or when following your soul's calling brought you to more profound meditation and greater wholeness? Take a moment to really feel into these connections, because what you're recognizing is the law of divine integration already working in your life, ready to be consciously activated and expanded. This recognition you just felt, it's what Yogananda called the moment of spiritual synthesis. Every time you see the connections between these sacred practices, you activate your soul's natural wisdom and create the possibility for accelerated awakening. And here's what changes everything. You don't need to perfect each practice separately. When you understand their unity, they begin supporting and amplifying each other in miraculous ways. Now, I want you to be completely honest with yourself for a moment. When you think about your meditation practice, your healing journey, and your search for purpose, do you approach them as separate goals that you need to achieve? Or can you sense that they might be different facets of the same sacred diamond of awakening? Your answer will reveal how ready you are to step into unified spiritual practice. If you sense that sacred unity, then you're ready for what comes next. Because now I'm going to share exactly how Yogananda taught people to practice the law of divine integration, allowing meditation, healing, and purpose to work together as one powerful force for spiritual transformation. The method he taught works through what he called sacred intention setting, beginning each meditation with the conscious intention to open to divine grace. Allow healing to flow through every aspect of your being and receive guidance about your soul's purpose. Let's practice this together right now. I want you to close your eyes for just a moment and place your hands on your heart. As Yogananda taught, feel the sacred presence within you and silently say, "Divine grace, I open my entire being to your healing presence. In this sacred stillness, awaken me to my true nature, heal all that needs healing, and reveal the purpose for which my soul came to earth. I am ready to serve as an instrument of your love." Now, did you feel that shift in your energy? That's the beginning of unified spiritual practice. If you felt even a subtle shift just now, imagine what happens when you approach every meditation, every healing practice, and every moment of seeking purpose with this sacred integration. But there's a deeper aspect of this practice that Yogananda said was essential for complete awakening. He called it divine service meditation, the understanding that your highest meditation, deepest healing, and truest purpose all converge in serving the awakening and well-being of all beings. Here's how Yogananda taught this life-transforming practice. As you deepen in meditation and experience healing, consciously dedicate the fruits of your practice to the healing and awakening of all souls. Ask to be used as an instrument of sacred love in whatever way serves the highest good. He taught that when you meditate, not just for your own peace, but for the peace of all beings. When you seek healing, not just for yourself, but to become a healing presence for others. And when you discover your purpose as service to the divine plan, you align with such powerful spiritual forces that your awakening accelerates beyond what you thought possible. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates this integration. As I tell you this, I want you to ask yourself, what might transform in my spiritual life if I truly understood the unity of meditation, healing, and purpose? There was a devoted student who came to Yogananda feeling frustrated and confused, saying, "Master, I've been meditating for years, but still feel restless and disconnected. I've tried many healing methods, but continue to struggle with chronic pain and emotional wounds. I've searched everywhere for my life purpose, but feel more lost than ever. I feel like I'm failing at everything spiritual." Yogananda looked at her with infinite compassion and said something that changed her entire understanding of spiritual practice. "My dear child, you are not failing. You are simply trying to climb 3 different mountains when there is only one mountain with 3 paths to the same summit. Meditation without the intention to heal keeps you in your head instead of your heart. Healing without meditation lacks the spiritual power to transform at the deepest level. Purpose without meditation and healing becomes ego-driven service that burns you out. But when you understand that all 3 are expressions of sacred love awakening through you, they become one powerful river flowing toward the ocean of God realization." He then taught her the law of divine integration practice. Every morning, she would begin meditation by setting the sacred intention for awakening, healing, and purpose to work as one. During meditation, she would offer her practice for the healing of all beings. Throughout the day, she would ask to be guided to serve in ways that expressed her soul's purpose. In the evening, she would give gratitude for how divine grace had worked through her meditation, healing, and service. Over the course of several months of dedicated practice, something miraculous began to unfold. Her meditation naturally deepened as she approached it with healing intention and service dedication. Her chronic pain gradually dissolved as she combined spiritual practice with surrendered healing. Her life purpose became crystal clear as she discovered her gift for helping others integrate spirituality into their healing journey. But most importantly, she realized that the real transformation wasn't in achieving 3 separate goals. It was in becoming a unified expression of sacred love. She said, "Master, I thought I needed to be good at meditation, healing, and purpose, but I discovered I just needed to be good at loving, and everything else flowed naturally from that." When I share this story with people, they often ask with amazement, can meditation, healing, and purpose really work together so powerfully? And the answer is absolutely yes, because they are not 3 different practices. They are 3 expressions of the same divine essence that is your true nature. When you align with this truth, you discover that spiritual awakening is not about perfecting techniques, but about remembering the love that you are and allowing it to express itself through every aspect of your life. Now here's what Yogananda wanted everyone to understand at the deepest level. He taught that the ultimate goal of spiritual life is not personal achievement, but divine realization, the awakening to your true nature as love itself. As he beautifully said, when you meditate with the intention to awaken sacred love, when you seek healing to become a healing presence, and when you discover your purpose as service to the divine plan, you are no longer practicing spirituality. You are becoming spirituality. You are no longer seeking God. You are expressing God. This is the highest truth. You are not a human being having a spiritual experience, but divine essence having a human experience. If you're truly ready to step into this sacred understanding, then make this unified commitment right now. I recognize that meditation, healing, and purpose are three expressions of the sacred love that I am. I will approach my spiritual practice with the intention to awaken, heal, and serve as one unified path. I will meditate not just for my peace, but for the peace of all beings. I will seek healing not just for myself, but to become a healing presence. I will discover my purpose as service to divine grace expressing through my unique gifts. I am ready to become a living expression of the unity I seek. Say it with your whole heart. Divine grace is listening and ready to awaken through your unified practice. As Paramhansa Yogananda beautifully reminded us, the truth about meditation, healing, and purpose is that they are not destinations to reach, but expressions of the sacred love that you already are. When you stop trying to achieve these things and start allowing them to flow through you as natural expressions of your awakened heart, you discover that you have been seeking outside yourself what was always present within. You are the meditation, you are the healing, you are the purpose, expressing as divine essence in human form. Before we part ways, I want to leave you with something sacred you can do right now to begin your unified practice. Take out your phone and write yourself one word that represents your commitment to integrating meditation, healing, and purpose. Perhaps unity, love, service, or awakening. Put it where you'll see it tomorrow morning. This simple act will anchor your intention for unified spiritual practice and remind you that every moment is an opportunity to express the sacred love that you are. If this message awakened something sacred in your understanding of spiritual integration, I'd be deeply honored if you shared it with someone who needs this perspective today. Sometimes we become the vessel through which divine grace reaches another soul who feels fragmented in their spiritual journey and needs to remember the unity that connects all paths to the same divine source. I'd love to know, what was that one word you wrote down about unified spiritual practice? Share it in the comments below. Your commitment to integration might be exactly what someone else needs to discover the unity of their own spiritual journey. Until our souls meet again in divine grace, may you remember that you are not seeking meditation, healing, and purpose. You are the sacred love that expresses itself through these divine practices. Remember, dear soul, every moment you meditate with love, every step you take toward healing, every action you take in service to your purpose, you are not becoming something new. You are remembering something eternal. Honor the sacred love that you are. Trust in the unity that connects all spiritual practices and watch as your life becomes a living meditation, a continuous healing, and a constant expression of your soul's purpose. Through understanding that all spiritual practices are expressions of love, you discover that the journey and the destination are one. This is Yogananda's greatest gift, the recognition that you are not seeking divine essence, but divine essence seeking to express itself as you.